you doing today? Hope you had a really wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining. And our program today, we will start with meditation talk and then followed by guided meditation. And then before ending the program, we will have Q&A session. As normal, we will uh, have our teaching monk to share the meditation knowledge, and then he will guiding us on meditation practices, and then you can ask questions and share meditation experiences before ending our program today. And welcome everyone to my story Monday meditation class. Hope you all had a really wonderful weekend, everyone, and happy Monday again. And our teaching monk today is Monk Daniel. So I'm very happy and honored to have him with us today. And to begin our session, may I please invite everyone pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times together. Let's bow. Second bow. And third bow. May I please invite Monk Daniel to begin our session.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world or who may be watching in the future, as all the lives have been recorded, right? So it's good to have the chance to come back on Mind Stories. It's been a while. And, usually we would see each other every Monday, but hopefully in the future we'll see if we can organize more time together. But for now, I've been a little busy to train the new monks to teach in English. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 months. So it's taken some of my time out to come and have this opportunity with all of us. But luckily today is some time for me to come back, and it's my pleasure to be here. And I'm glad to see many familiar faces, some new, some who maybe haven't turned on their camera, but it's okay. As long as we have the space to come together and sit and use Monday as a good time, right? Because most people don't always look forward to Mondays. But hopefully as we practice meditation and you start to see that every day can be a positive day and a day that we can look forward to, even though it's the beginning of the week and we have to go into whether it's our daily life, it can be a little bit stressful or a little bit hectic, but at least we can start the week with meditation so we can help to guide our week to be more smooth, more peaceful, more happy. And, the last thing is the happy part. I think I wanted to remind us today about happiness, because I'm sure it's something that everyone is looking for, right? And that's why we work, that's why we live. We want to be happy, right? And this is something that my master always reminds us, that no matter who we are, where we're from, all the differences that we may feel that we have between each other, the one common goal I think everyone can agree on is that we want to be happy. We want to find what makes us happy, or deeper than that, true happiness, right? So this is something that not many people fully reach or understand. What is true happiness? And I think this is something that deep down, everyone wants to answer that for themselves. What is true happiness? And what is something that will make me feel fulfilled? What will make me feel like satisfied with what I've been doing my whole life, right? So if you meditate, it's a good sign that you are finding some true happiness, because when you meditate, it's a happiness that's coming from within you. And in our life, most of the time, we're chasing after happiness. If you sit down and think about it, we're running after it, to look for it in someone else, in something else, right? We want happiness from someone or something else. And most people don't realize that actually, instead of chasing after happiness, we can have happiness come from you, come from within you. And once you start to understand this, it's going to help you a lot. And that's why I want to remind you today in our small talk before we spend some time to practice is that meditation is much like a journey, right? And most people, when we feel stressed, when we feel like we have a lot going on, we will look forward to some kind of plan to have a vacation, to get some happiness in our life or take a break, right? So we have to go plan and look for, where can I find some happiness? So that's what we usually plan on, right? And the most important thing in any journey is that we have to make sure that we know where we're going, right? You need to have the right directions to get to the happiness. And this is very important, especially in meditation, because when we sit down, it's not about how quickly you start, but the direction you're going in. And this is something that people forget. And when we sit in our meditation, we kind of dive in without even looking at the fundamental of where we're going in our meditation. And this is very important. The way to kind of be your compass or make sure that you're going in the right direction in meditation is when you sit down, or even before you sit, look at your meditation as a time to rest, as a time to relax. It's not a time to work. It's not a time to progress. It's not a time to get enlightened. It's not a time to get something profound right away. The first thing I want you, those can all be goals from your meditation, of course. But I want you to bring it down and just remind yourself that I'm sitting here to rest and relax. And by doing so, all those other goals will come. The profoundness, the other enlightenment, all these things will come if you start from the right mindset is, I'm going to sit for the meditation to relax. This is such a simple idea, but it will help your meditation so much because meditation is about letting go. Before you let go of something, you need to relax, right? Like your fist. If I want to let go of something, I need to relax my fist, right? So your mind is the same. In order to get to letting go, it takes relaxing first, releasing, and then you start to let go. This is very important to remind yourself because we're sitting to find happiness, not sitting to find more suffering. So start from what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel relaxed, and that's going to take you to the happiness that's inside. It's a lot different than on the outside where you have to fight very hard, you need to struggle, you need to fight through the pain, you need to fight through the obstacles. It's not the same. In meditation, it's about relaxing, releasing, and then we let go. Okay? This is important so that we can get to our destination. Otherwise, if we start incorrectly, instead of going to, let's see, I think in this map, they're pointing to somewhere in Europe, right? So maybe France or Germany. So in this map, if you point in the right direction, you'll end up getting to Germany. But if you start with the wrong goal, you may end up in the Atlantic Ocean or end up somewhere else. So it's the same thing in meditation. If you start with the goal with, I need to get a deeper experience, or I need to get the same experience as yesterday, or I need to, you may notice that the word I need or need is there, right? When there's need, there's want, and there's desire, and then it's a whole trap for you. So just go into it. I'm just going to relax. Because that's the first mindset that's going to help you to meditate well. So when we go on this trip together in just a moment, I want you to kind of get in the mindset that we're here to, you don't need to bring anything with you. You know, it's like we put all our baggage, all our responsibilities, all our thoughts in the overhead cabin or under the plane, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the trip. You already put everything aside so that you have this time to sit and relax together. So put yourself in the same mindset that you're getting on a plane. It's the time to take a trip inside. So we've all done it before, right? When we go on vacation or we got on a plane, that the moment you get on the plane, you kind of let go of your belongings, you let go of your life for that small time because you got on the plane. You realize that when I'm on this plane, there's nothing else to worry about. I already loaded all my baggage. Everything is taken care of. So try to feel the same way, that when we sit in just a moment, that it's not that you're not being responsible. It's not that you don't care about those things. It's just put everything out of the plane for now. Now that you're on the plane, all you have to do is sit back and relax. And it's the same thing in the meditation. Remind yourself that. And also, when you go on vacation, usually if you go, the trip can be more fun or enjoyable if you go with your family or go with your friends or go with someone that can be a companion, right? To make that trip more memorable or more enjoyable, or some kind of guide, for example. In meditation, we also kind of need a companion to keep us on the right path and also to enjoy the journey. So it doesn't feel like you're sitting there and, feels like the journey is taking forever, or feel lonely on that journey. So in the meditation, we also have to have some kind of companion to keep you happy, to keep you mindful and relaxed. So this is the same thing. In your meditation, I want you to remember that you need something, and you have to observe yourself. What is that thing you need to be your companion? What I mean by that is, if you ever meditated with us before, you may know that there's visualization, there's a mantra, and there's not doing anything, just sitting back and relaxing. So these three techniques are your companions. Maybe you need all three. You need to use all three, or maybe you just need one. But if you have one of those companions, it's going to help you make the journey more enjoyable, more relaxing, and also to be mindful. So when you use the visualization, when you use the mantra, treat it like a companion that you enjoy to be with. Don't treat it like someone that you want to kind of kick out of the car or not be with. So when you feel that way, then you have to change and not bring that companion anymore. Use someone else or use something else. So just to keep you, to remind you. And this goes back to two main things when we meditate. I want you to observe yourself on this journey, that you need to have these two things throughout the whole journey to be comfortable with both body and mind, the best you can. Being comfortable, there's many levels to it. So don't be too hard on yourself. But what you can answer for yourself, that you can sit and you don't feel like you're in pain or you're suffering, that's okay. You feel neutral is a good starting point. Maybe you're not completely relaxed, like you're sitting on your laying in your bed, with your covers and everything, and you're so softened. But you can sit here and meditate together where you feel comfortable enough to start. That's a good starting point. And same thing with your mind. Whatever you're using during your meditation, does that help you to be more comfortable? Does it help you to be more relaxed? And then we stay with that. And simply follow that feeling, follow that comfort. If it's uncomfortable, then we need to adjust. If you feel like this journey is starting to get difficult or starting to get hard or getting less and less relaxing for you, then stop and adjust. This is a concept that a lot of people are scared to do or hesitant to do because they think it's like in life, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep trying. You need to, don't give up. Fall down 10 times and get up 11. So in meditation, it's actually kind of similar to that last part, is that if you do fail, you will fail in meditations, but it's after you readjust, you can continue where you left off. It doesn't mean that your whole progress just disappears or the distance you traveled goes away. I want you to be willing and kind to yourself to take it easy and just simply readjust to what makes you feel comfortable again. Don't feel like you need to fight something inside of you. Go with what your body and your mind is telling you. We need to practice to listen to our body and our mind, because when you sit, actually it will tell you, right? Especially for your body. Oh, my knee hurts, my back hurts, my neck hurts, this hurts, that hurts. It starts to come, right? And instead of using the mantra, your mantra changes from Samarahang, it will change to my knee hurts, my back hurts, my knee hurts, my knee hurts. and your mind is just stuck on my knee hurts instead of letting go. And in some cases, yes, you can fight through the pain, but it may take you an hour, and then the meditation session's over. So I would much rather you feel like it's painful and you simply move your leg, you feel comfortable again, and then continue with your meditation and continue to let go. This way, it's the shortcut for you, because everyone always asks, what is the shortcut to meditate well? The shortcut is to observe yourself and listen to look at what you're observing and trust your feeling. Okay, my knee hurts, so let me readjust. And then once that pain is gone, it's going to help me to let go quicker. It's going to help me to relax quicker. And in turn, it's going to help me to let go quicker. So don't feel like I need to fight through the pain. You can. You can experiment for yourself, which is better. Fighting through the pain or simply taking 1 or 2 seconds to switch your legs. And you can see, okay, I want you to collect more happiness and more relaxation, not collect more suffering and pain. So again, so similar to if you're sitting in your room right now, if it's too hot, if you can adjust the air conditioning, or you can get a fan or make something to make you feel comfortable again. I want this to be our habit, because unfortunately, we're not good at in the past, hopefully you're getting the hang of it now as you practice meditation more, but a lot of times we kind of ignore what our body and our mind is telling us, and we kind of block it out. So I want you to be more in tune to what is your body saying and what is your mind saying, and be ready to adjust to it, so that we can learn to live in peace now and not wait to rest in peace. Okay, so this is helping you to find those moments of peace throughout your day in your meditation, and especially in your meditation right now. Every moment that you feel relaxed will lead to that moment of peace inside of you. It collects, it adds up, it adds up. So every session is a successful session if you collect and you readjust. Every time you feel uncomfortable, you come back to what makes you feel comfortable. This repetition will add up, add up, add up, add up, until you have these little moments of peace. And these little moments of peace, it's like the little stars in the sky. You know, if it's just one star, it's not that great. But if you have a lot of stars, you know, the night starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's the same thing in your meditation. Every moment matters. Every moment where you can relax, every moment where you can be still just for a second, it adds up. It adds up. And before you know it, it's like a string. One little dot of peace, you collect it, one dot, one dot, one dot, one dot. Before you know it, you have a string. And then if you keep practicing, it's going to get longer and longer. And before you know it, you'll be able to stay peaceful longer and longer and longer. But as I say often, the hardest part of meditation is consistency. But right now, you're going to practice that consistency. Whenever you feel uncomfortable, you readjust to come back to being comfortable. As you do that, the consistency happens. Consistency of what? Consistency of being relaxed, consistency of being comfortable, and teaching yourself a new habit. That habit is letting go of what's hurting you and coming to what is making you feel good again. It's a simple thing that we practice in the meditation, but it's going to slowly change how you act and think as well. That, okay, now when I practice meditation, when I feel uncomfortable mentally and physically, I readjust. As you do that in your meditation, often it's going to change how you think. And then when it's going to change, you'll notice your habit will start to change as well. And this is something we're all guilty of, is not being able to let go. We like to stay with the things that hurt us mentally and physically. So we need to change that a little bit by bit. And then eventually, if you change it like this in your meditation, it's going to be easier and easier to let go. And we don't have to wait until the end of our life to rest in peace. We can start now to learn how to live with peace, live in peace now, and find that happiness that I just talked about in the beginning, right? That we all agree that our main goal in life is to be happy. And even like If you're a parent or anything, everyone knows that you want your children to be happy. You want your family to be happy. So most importantly, yourself, you also want to be happy. The way to find that happiness starts from inside of you. Okay, so let's take some time to meditate together. And then after the meditation, if you have any more questions about your meditation experience, or if anything wasn't clear, please feel free to ask. As a little bit rusty with the Mind Stories format. So if anyone
Lupi, can you unmute, please?
Oh, sorry. Okay. Before we start, let's take some time to adjust ourselves. Don't have to be in a rush. And whoever is ready, we can start together. Oh, sorry. So like always, let's treat this meditation like it's our first time. No need to rush. No need to hurry. Take it easy. Take it slow. As we close our eyes softly, gently, naturally. Closing our eyes the same way we would when we go to sleep. Remind ourselves why we're meditating, so that we can start our journey in the right direction. Remind ourselves that it's time to rest, time to relax. Our meditation will begin the moment we start to relax. So there's no hurry, there's no rush. Everything we're looking for is already inside of us, waiting for us to relax, to release. So we can do that simply beginning from our body first. Because the relaxation of our body is the foundation of a smooth and easy meditation. So let's take a moment to check, to observe, relaxing and releasing all our muscles. Making sure everything from our head all the way down to our feet is as relaxed as we can be. A good way to do this is to simply breathe in deeply and exhale slowly a few times. Take a moment to breathe in and feel how relaxing simply breathing can be. Following your breath, feeling the relaxation entering through your nose, into your lungs, and allow that feeling to spread. as if your breath is relaxing, soothing, calming. As we exhale, allow that feeling of releasing to come out, making us feel lighter, allowing all the tension and tightness within us to fade away, to disappear. And let us take a moment to smile to ourselves. Smile that we have given ourselves this opportunity to simply rest, relax. Smile that we have this opportunity to simply let go of everything, of everyone. Smile to accept the relaxation that's happening. Appreciate it. And now that our body is more relaxed, more released, we can slowly and gently bring our attention to our mind. Helping our mind to also relax by allowing ourselves to let go. Letting go of the past and the future, and simply bringing our mind to the present. Being gentle. The process won't happen right away, but allow our mind to gradually come back by helping our mind to use a companion or a method that we feel mindful and relaxed using. That method can be any method at all that feels easy, that feels natural. For some of us, that may be to repeat in our mind, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. Samma meaning the right way, Arahang meaning free from defilements. Meaning that every time we repeat this mantra in our mind, is helping our mind to be on the right path, to be free from any negativity. And just stay with the mantra like a lullaby, like a sound or song on repeat, helping to call our mind back to where we feel calm, peaceful, happy. Or for some of us, we can try to visualize if we find it easy. A good way we can visualize is not by using our eyes, but try to use your feeling. Try to feel the presence of that image. Or we can add a feeling to it. For example, we can imagine the moon or a crystal sphere. But as we imagine that crystal sphere or the moon, we can imagine like it's round and feel the presence of that image. Feel the smoothness, feel the weight. We can even make it feel like it's cool, like an ice cube. We can imagine like we're holding on to that crystal sphere, holding it in our hands. Or we can imagine like we have swallowed it, and we can feel the coolness, the roundness within us, in our stomach. We can visualize however we like, as long as it feels relaxing, not worrying about the clarity of the image, but trying to stay with that image, stay with the feeling consistently. The clarity will come on its own. Or for some of us, if our mind is very busy, or we still find ourselves distracted, we can even use both. Using the mantra and the visualization at the same time. The key right now is to follow what we feel works, meaning that we feel that our mind is being more relaxed. What feels easy? What's helping our mind to stay calm? And follow that. Follow that feeling. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. It will tell you if we're practicing correctly or not. Because the right method in meditation means our body and our mind is comfortable. The more we are comfortable, the easier it'll be to relax, to let go, and eventually for our mind to be still. Before we can get to that stillness, we need to be comfortable of both body and mind. And before we know it, as we follow that feeling of comfort, our body will get lighter, as well as our mind. As we begin the process of relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Letting go of everything we've been carrying. until we become lighter and lighter. And begin to feel and connect to the happiness that's already inside of us. Because it's always been inside. It's just been covered by the clutter, covered by everything we've been carrying. It's like the clouds covering the full moon or covering the sun. But as we relax, as we release, that relaxation will be like the wind that will slowly and gently push away those clouds. Revealing the happiness that's already inside. So every moment of relaxation, every moment of being mindful but relaxed, every moment matters. Is helping our mind to become more clear, more bright, more positive. So along this journey in this meditation together, all we need to do is follow what we feel is relaxing. And at any moment where we start to feel that that feeling is going away, be ready to readjust. The moment we readjust, the sooner we readjust, the quicker and easier our journey will be. Because the right path in our meditation is to be comfortable of both body and mind. If we find that our mind is overwhelmed and the mantra and the visualization isn't helping, we can simply open our eyes, take a deep breath, and when you feel ready, we can close our eyes again and continue the journey. The key difference for this journey that's different from every journey we have taken is we don't need to wait to get to the destination to feel like we have accomplished something. Because meditation is not a path to happiness. It's a path of happiness. Meaning the moment we relax, the moment we let go, we are already on the path of happiness. Every step we take, every moment we stay on this path, the more happiness we will receive. So again, every moment where we feel mindful and relaxed is a step in the right direction. It's a step of success already. So let's continue every step in the right direction on this path of happiness, mindfully, relaxingly, contently. And let's continue to enjoy the rest of this meditation together in silence. Now that our mind is more positive, more calm, more peaceful, let's take a moment to spread that feeling using the power of our still mind, because every moment of relaxation, every mindful moment that we've had in this meditation helps our mind to become more clear, more positive. Because every moment that we're relaxed is a moment that our mind is free from any negativity, free from the feeling of greed, anger, delusion. So every moment is a miracle that we collect within ourselves. So to build on that positivity, we can share the feeling sharing this feeling with a simple wish, but a profound one. Wishing for not only yourself, but for your loved ones, your family, your friends, wishing for everyone and everything. Wishing for everyone to be free from any suffering, to be able to have an opportunity like us to close their eyes, to be able to find a piece of peace within themselves. Wishing for everyone to be healthy, to be happy. Or for anyone who may be struggling, may they be able to find and overcome any obstacle, find the help that they need. And spread our positive intention. Even though it's a simple thought, the effect will be profound for ourselves. As we think in a positive way, that positivity will come back to us. Changing the way we think, the way we speak, and the way we act. So take a moment to spread this feeling. And once we finish, we can come back to ourselves. Come back to where we feel relaxed. And absorb the feeling of positivity from within you. And the feeling of positivity from everyone. Meditating together right now. We Because no matter the differences or the distance, when we close our eyes, it's as if we're all in the same place, on the same path, with the same goal: to relax, to release, and connect to the true happiness that's inside of us together. Sapphe Buddha Palapata Pace Kanang Chayang Palang Arahantana Te Sherakang Pantami Sapaso Sapaputta Nupavena Sapathamma Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satha Soti Bhavantu Te. By the positivity generated in this meditation, may that positivity bless us in every way. And when we are ready, we may slowly and gently open our eyes. Okay. Welcome back. I hope everyone had a good journey. It's completely normal sometimes to get a little bit lost, but hopefully you can find your way back and stay on that path comfortably and relaxingly. And before we continue, do we still take a photo? Okay, so take a moment to take the photo and we can continue after. So if you're convenient, please turn on your camera and we'll take the photo together.
Thank you so much, Monk Daniel, for such a beautiful guided meditation. And now we're going to take a photo together. So feel free to turn on your cameras and sharing your bright smile with each other. The smile. Cheers. Happy. Smiling. Happy. All right. Thank you so much. I believe the photo has been taken. And now is the time for Q&A. Feel free to type down in the chat box if you would like to ask question or sharing your meditation experiences. And may I transition back to Monk Daniel, please?
Okay. So thank you everyone for spending your precious time to meditate together. It's good to see so many of us. I see a lot of us from the inner peace clubs from all over Africa. So it's good to see that, people from all over the world coming together to spend some time to start your week correctly by taking care of yourself first. And it's something that we need to really make a habit of, is taking care of yourself first. I know it may sound a little bit selfish initially, but actually it's selfish of you to be in a bad mood, right? When you're in a bad mood and you're upset or you feel negative, not only do you hurt yourself, but you're going to start to hurt other people too, whether you are mindful of it or not. So if you take some time to take care of your mind first and make that a habit, you're not only going to thank yourself, but the people around you are going to thank you too. So if you need any motivation, think of it as that as we practice meditation, not only are we helping ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, but also the best version of ourselves for everyone around us. So it's a big step, but it's a good step in the right direction. If you start to keep practicing and stay consistent with your meditation, it's going to help you to keep going in the right direction for yourself and for everyone too. So if anyone has any questions or anything they want to share, I'll try to see. Okay, thank you, Lumpy Daniel. I feel more centered of gravity, more grounded and relaxed. I like this comment because, as you know, like in nature, there's gravity, right? Right. So what happens when you let go of something? It falls, right? Normally it falls. Unless it's like a bird or a butterfly, it's going to fly away. But normally if you let go of something, it's going to fall down. And your mind is very similar. When you let go, really, your mind is also going to fall down. You may notice that you, like you said, you felt more centered or more grounded. It's because when you let go, your mind starts to fall down and go back to a special place within you. We can talk about it later, but you can call it like your center of gravity within you. So when you relax, your mind kind of goes back to that center of gravity where you feel, it's kind of like going back to bed. Your mind goes to the bed inside and it takes some time to rest and relax. So it's a good sign that you feel more grounded, you feel more relaxed. It's a sign of, oh, you practice correctly. So keep going. I think is Bibo, right? Let's see. Any questions? Okay, Ellen. Dear Lumpy Daniel, it was very good meditation. However, as I'm at work, it's very hard to not stop. It's hard to not stop from time to time to calm my curious mind about the upcoming messages. Oh, what is the technique to stop the curiosity and just park everything until the meditation is complete? Well, first of all, you're a great example that you're practicing meditation even at work and not, my master would say something like, most people, they practice meditation to go use it for something, like to make work more smooth or make school more smooth or make life more smooth. But he said that we should make our work and our meditation one and the same. It shouldn't be like I should do one task to make the other task better, but how can I put those two together? That's the next step to make our meditation more of a, not a task, but a lifestyle, that you're taking care of your mind just as often as you're taking care of anything else in your life. So you're a great example that, okay, even at work, you're trying to find some moments of peace in your meditation. So it's a very good example. Hopefully everyone can use you as an example as well. It can definitely be difficult that you may worry about the messages popping up, but if you think of it as like a note or you're worried about something popping up, I think the easiest way that I used to do is just have a notebook next to me. And if you open your eyes and you have that idea pop up, or you are really worried about a message, let's say if you already opened your eyes and you saw the message, and just write it down in that notebook, and then, okay, close it and say, okay, I'll get to it later, and then close your eyes. And even though you may feel curious if it's before that, usually it depends on when you close your eyes. I would really recommend you to not keep your mind blank right away, because sometimes when we close our mind or close our eyes, the first thing we do is like maybe we just let go and we don't do anything, or we just follow our breath, and that may not be enough. So I recommend that you need to add something more to keep your mind from drifting to being curious. So a good way is maybe use a mantra or use a visualization or use both at the same time to keep your mind more anchored so it doesn't drift into that curiosity. But if you find yourself drifting into that curiosity often, then it's okay just to open your eyes open your eyes, and you can even see if the messages are there. And there's no message yet. Let me close my eyes. And as you do that often, you may realize that there is no message coming. So let's just let it go. It's kind of like sometimes if you come and sit at night, for example, I used to sit at night, and it was in a open shelter, open roof, like just the roof, and then there's no walls. So sometimes when I'm sitting, there would always be something that come and sit next to me when my eyes are closed. And I'll be curious, like, what is that? What is sitting next to me? Because I can, sometimes when you close your eyes, you can like feel the presence of something, even though you didn't open your eyes. So I open my eyes and I look, oh, it's a cat. Okay, so I close my eyes. Next day I come and sit, and as I'm sitting, I feel like something come and sit next to me again. Deep down inside, I think it's the cat, but I'm still curious. So I open my eyes and I look, okay, it's the cat. So I close my eyes. And the next night I come and sit, I feel the same presence, and I know it's the cat now. So I don't need to open my eyes, and I just stay with the mantra, stay with the visualization. So you can kind of apply that to the message. Okay, if you see you may open your eyes and look at your desktop or look at your phone and see, is there a message or not? Okay, there's no message. Close my eyes. Open my eyes again. Is there a message? Okay, there's no message. Close my eyes. And then eventually it's like, okay, there's probably no message for now. Let me just stay with my meditation. And that can also help you. So it's okay to open your eyes. Don't feel like you're failing at your meditation. But if you feel like the curiosity keeps popping up, just open your eyes and look. It's okay. It's other way. You can try both, whether it's open your eyes and look, or you can use the mantra and visualization to help you stay anchored. Okay? So it takes practice. And also it's about the mindset too in the beginning. As you sit down and, okay, this is my 30 minutes of break. Another way to think about it is like, this is 30 minutes where I don't have to check anything. And that takes practice as well. But for now, we start from what I just mentioned, and then think of it as a small goal, and then we can get to that point where a way I think of it is like, this is my time for vacation. So these next 30 minutes I don't need to cut off myself from the world. Like I got on the plane, there's no signal anymore. Or Paul, my master, would say, imagine that you're the only person in the world for now, for the next 30 minutes. And it's a simple mindset, but it helps you to kind of get into that idea. So you can also practice that. Okay, so give it a try. If you still have any trouble, let us know, or see you next time. You can ask again. From Manish, right? How to overcome suffering, as we are 100. We are only 100 years in this world, but we forget it every day. How to remember it? I think the first step is, you need to know the source of the suffering. And the thing is, usually it's from our mind. Most of our suffering comes from our mind. A lot of it also comes from outside, but a lot of it also comes from inside. So instead of trying to fix everything on the outside, we can fix what we can control, is what our mind is thinking, how we're reacting to those things. And overcoming suffering, I think the first thing is to understand that suffering is natural. I mean, like something we have to encounter, not every day, but sometime in our day or sometime during our life. So instead of seeing it as like an enemy, we just think of it as something that is going to happen to us, and how can we react to it in a more, instead of escalating the problem, we de-escalate it. And the only way to do that is how we react to the situation. It's like when a bad thing happens, do we add more gasoline to the fire, or do we find a way to put it out? So it's very hard to do, I know, but it's easier to do when you meditate more and you get more mindful of, what am I thinking? How am I reacting? Which it seems so simple, but it's hard for us to do because we are not used to stopping and looking stopping and observing ourselves. We're used to looking out. We're never used to looking in. And by practicing meditation more and more, it's going to help us to look in more and look at what is making us suffer. And as we meditate, we'll learn how to stay present and let go of what's making us suffer. Because you notice, while we're usually suffering mentally, we're holding on to something, whether it's in the past or in the future. But the moment we come to the present, we kind of forget to hold on to that feeling. If we're truly present, right now we're in the present, nothing's hurting you. No one's saying anything to you. No one's, that in the present, really, nothing's happening to you. But why we feel sad, why we feel angry, why we feel upset for something, because physically we're here, but mentally we're somewhere else, replaying that feeling or replaying that situation deep down. So if we can come to the present, we'll realize that in the present, we're safe, we're okay. And it takes practice. But as we use the mantra, use the visualization, follow your breath, whatever that you can change your focus to being in the present, you'll start to notice that what you're feeling, suffering mentally, will start to fade. Because the good thing about our mind is it can only focus on one thing at a time. But it can switch very quickly. But as we meditate more and more, that switching will slow down and we'll start to be able to stay present more and more. From Ushe, I think hopefully I pronounced it right, sorry. I had a beautiful meditation. I could feel the smile on my lips even as I wasn't really present, like present. Oh. So yeah, you may notice that when you meditate, you will feel like you want to smile, and it's smiling from inside. And it may even come on to your face. And it's a good sign because, as I said in the beginning, the main goal of meditation is to feel more happy and more relaxed. So if you feel even a little bit more relaxed than when you started, is a good sign that you practice correctly. So keep practicing, and every moment that you're practicing in the meditation, it's like you're on the right path. So the longer you stay on that path, the more benefit you'll get from it. Or it's like a stream. You get into that stream of water, like we're so dirty or something like that all day. We get into the stream. The longer you stay in the stream, the more clean and refreshed you'll feel. It's the same thing if you practice meditation correctly. The more you get into it, the more relaxing, the more positive, the more happy you'll feel as you let go and let go and let go. Okay. Let's see if any questions for us. What meditation technique can one use in handling on-the-spot, uncontrollable situation where everything planned with strategies? I'm confused. So I'm assuming that your question is, whenever you have an uncontrollable situation on the spot, what is a meditation technique to overcome? Right? I think the first step to practice is to, my master said that stop is the key to success. So when we have a problem happen to us on the spot, we need to make the habit of take a moment to center yourself before you react, before you say something, before you do something. Just one moment, it can go a long way. Like let's say, how can I put an easy way is just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Then realize the moment you take a deep breath, you focus on your breath for that moment. So it can help you. Maybe you got really angry from whatever just happened on the spot, but take a deep breath to center yourself, and it will help you to start reacting out of a place of neutrality rather than a place of anger, for example. So it takes practice, but it's a simple thing of taking a moment to stop and the normal thing that we hear about is stop before you say something, or think before you do something, right? Think before you say something, but this is a little bit different. Stop before you think. Stop before you react. Meaning stop and center your mind to be present for a moment. And then out of that moment of clarity, of that simple moment, it will help you to react in a better way. It's something we can practice. It's like normally when we get angry, we react automatically out of that anger, right? But this is, instead of feeling you feel anger and then take a deep breath, let go of that anger for a moment. Sometimes you may have to use the mantra, samarahang, 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 and then it'll help you to react out of like instead of a boiling point, you kind of cool down, and then let me react when my mind's a little bit cooler. Even though it's 1 second, it can help to, it's like 1 second with your finger on the fire or 1 second off the fire. It's even that 1 second is beneficial than keeping your mind there. Okay. Question, do I follow as you lead the meditation, or I have to follow what I am experiencing in the meditation while I reach one thought on my mind? You can follow how you feel. You know, my guidance is just that, a guidance, meaning that it's a guideline. If you want to go on your own or you kind of just tune me out, that's okay. It's not a big, as long as you feel good, follow what you feel, follow how you are going. If you find that your mind is like already one thought, you really don't need my guidance anymore. Just go with that feeling, or you can kind of tune me out. Yeah. That's a good question. After all these years of meditation, do monks also undergo some suffering, or does it go away forever? Great question. Yes, we still suffer, but it's more of acceptance and understanding of why we're suffering. So it's easier to let go of that suffering when it does come up, because we're all born with, the reality is that we get older, we can't escape death, we can't escape sickness, we can't escape aging. So these are sufferings already, right? So it's an everyday suffering, but we don't really, it's so common that we feel like it's natural. So it's not something that we feel, oh, I'm suffering because I'm getting older, or I'm suffering because so-and-so. But it's really understanding that what is the source of that suffering, and we're able to let it go quicker. And as we practice meditation more, it's practicing letting go. So when that suffering comes up, we can switch quickly and not focus too much on it. So I would say that as we keep practicing, it feels like the suffering goes away, not only quicker, but stays away. That feeling that I'm suffering stays away, until eventually the main suffering that we all have is in our mind, where we have defilements of our mind, the negativity in our mind, where we can feel anger, where we feel greedy, where we feel jealous, all those things, our ego. So as we practice meditation, it's like we keep the source of our suffering, one of the main sources, which is our negativity in our mind, at bay. It's kind of like the weeds in a garden. If we leave them unattended, they keep growing and spreading and going and spreading and spreading. But when we meditate, it's like we take care of those weeds. And if we keep meditating deeper enough, we can uproot the weed instead of just cutting it. So if you just cut a weed and you don't uproot it, it's just going to grow back. And for most of us, we're still in that situation where we're still practicing to get to the source and uproot it. So as we practice more and more, we can uproot it. So eventually, to answer the end of it is, yes, you can make it go away forever. But we're still practicing. I'm still practicing. I still have it. I'm not completely free from it yet. But as we keep meditating and keep practicing, it gets easier to realize that it's there, and I need to take care of it. And this is, I think, a skill that everyone can develop as we practice more meditation. And it's very powerful to see the problem in you which a lot of people don't see it until it's too late. It's kind of like that weed grow and it take over everything, and then you feel like, oh, what do I do? It's like the anger, it takes over. It starts from a little seed and it grows and grows and grows and grows from an idea to something you say, and then eventually to something you do. But if you see it's growing, you can stop it. Okay, so hopefully I give you an idea. Okay, so I think there's no more questions. It's good to have the opportunity to be here again with all of you, and I hope we can continue to see each other in the future. If not, you can always rewatch all the old sessions, and I'll try to get some more time to come back. And please, most importantly, whether or not we see each other or not, keep practicing your meditation. And just keep in mind that when you meditate, always remind yourself that when you meditate, it's time for you to rest your body and your mind. And as you meditate, as you practice the meditation, it should add to more of your happiness. As a lot of the questions today were about suffering. So there's many things in our life that make us suffer. Don't make meditation one of those things. And when you meditate, it should feel more relaxing. And the only way to do that is to use what feels comfortable for you. The key word is for you. You may have heard someone else or someone else use some other technique, but in the end, you have to use the technique that feels comfortable for you. What feels comfortable for you may change. It's not always going to be the same thing every session. So practice observing yourself. And by doing so, you're going to improve your meditation. When you observe yourself, a good meditator is the person who observes themselves. And if you observe yourself, practice that skill, before you know it, you're going to be able to meditate even more deeply and easily. Make sure that you add more happiness in your meditation, not more suffering. Okay? So thank you, everyone, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Monk Daniel. Just a really wonderful session. And thank you for your time, that sharing your knowledge with all of us today is really beneficial. And before ending the session, may I invite everyone pay respect to our teaching monk by bowing 3 times together. Let's bow. Second bow. And third bow.
May all the positivity from this meditation and all the positive things you have done in the past until now, may that positivity protect you, guide you, look after you wherever you go, and may be able to connect to the happiness within you more strongly, more quickly, and everlastingly.
Sadhu. Thank you so much for such a wonderful blessing, and looking forward to see you more often. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight's session, and looking forward to see everyone again coming Thursday. So have a great day wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Take care.